jabs at Elon Musk, Elon throwing subtle shade back. The headlines are everywhere.
Just imagine, on one side, the world's most powerful politician, on the other, the world's biggest technology tycoon. The real question is, who will be the true kingmaker in the next election? Politics or technology? Where will this battle between Trump and Elon Musk finally lead? In today's video, you'll get every detail point by point. If we want to first look at how he used social media, when Trump ran for the US presidency in 2016, his biggest weapon wasn't traditional media, it was Twitter. He would directly address the public multiple times a day, attacking opponents, criticizing the media, or announcing policies, all without any filters. This changed the entire political narrative in America. People waited for Trump's tweets more than the news channels because they knew the real news was whatever the president was typing himself. This pushed traditional media into the background. That's why Trump's supporters felt their voices weren't at the mercy of some editor or anchor. They were coming straight from the White House. This strategy made Trump the ultimate symbol of modern populism. He proved that if you can reach voters directly, you're free from needing any channel or newspaper to get your message out. This was Trump's real power, a direct connection that simply wasn't possible without social media. But Twitter's role in Trump's political success turned out to be just as dangerous as it was powerful. On January 6, 2021, when the Capitol Hill riots happened, America's democracy faced a serious question mark. That day, Trump was accused of inciting his supporters through social media. As the chaos escalated, Twitter, Facebook, and other platforms decided to suspend Trump's accounts. It was the first time in US history that a sitting or former president's direct access to social media was completely cut off. This ban wasn't just about one account, it showed the whole world how much power these social media companies actually have. Trump had millions of followers and suddenly they were cut off from hearing directly from the man they considered their president. It was a huge political blow for Trump because he lost his direct line of communication. After that, he tried to go back to traditional media, but it didn't take long for him to realize that nothing matched the power of Twitter. This was the moment he understood that if he wanted to keep his voice free, he couldn't rely on someone else's platform ever again. Elon Musk's story got interesting when he decided to buy Twitter. He sealed the deal for nearly $44 billion, 0 cents, and announced that he would restore freedom of speech on the platform at any cost. According to Musk, the old management had blocked too many accounts on political grounds, strengthening one narrative while silencing others. So when Musk took control, the first thing he did was reinstate all permanently banned accounts, including Trump's. Even though Musk invited Trump back, Trump didn't immediately say yes. Why? Because by then he had already launched his own platform, Truth Social. Trump knew that if his political power depended on social media, staying on someone else's platform would always be risky. That's why, after being permanently banned from Twitter, he quickly created. The goal was clear. Trump didn't want to be at the mercy of any other company. He wanted his message to reach his supporters directly. The unique thing about Truth Social is that all content moderation policies are set by Trump and his team. This gave Trump's followers a new safe haven where they could share opinions without fear of censorship. But the challenge was obvious. Could Truth Social compete with a giant like X, formerly Twitter? To this day, Truth Social's user base is quite limited, while Elon Musk's X reaches billions worldwide. Despite this, Trump wants to make Truth Social a major weapon for his next election campaign. That's why he constantly reminds his supporters that the real truth and his voice can only be found on his own platform. What's happening now is fascinating. On one side, you have Musk's X, which brands itself as a free and massive global platform. On the other side, you have Trump's Truth Social, where he has total control. The real issue now is, where will the users go? Some people like X because it gives room for diverse views and Musk has kept it relatively open. But Trump's hardcore base still believes Truth Social is the only real source because they feel their voices won't be censored there. This is exactly where the true power struggle shows up. If X stays more popular, people may prefer to spread their message to a wider audience there. That could weaken Trump's Truth Social because its strength depends on his followers' loyalty, but if Musk's platform once again changes its policies or tightens control, people could flock back to Truth Social. In the end, this is really a battle over who gets to control the narrative. For politicians, this is the ultimate weapon, directly influencing public opinion. People often think of Elon Musk as just a businessman or billionaire, but he has reshaped some of the world's most powerful industries through his companies. Tesla didn't just push the oil industry toward electric vehicles, it challenged the entire oil industry. SpaceX revived America's space program to the point where even NASA now relies on Musk's company. Then there's Starlink, which took internet access beyond the reach of any government's borders. No matter where you are, if you have Starlink, no one can easily shut your internet off. And that worries governments. Then there's his Neuralink project, which aims to connect the human brain to computers. He's also moving forward in artificial intelligence with XAI. So Musk isn't just about social media. He's moving to control your car, your internet, your access to space, your brain chip, and your AI assistant. This makes him potentially more powerful or dangerous than any politician, because whoever controls all these sectors can pressure any policy or government behind the scene. That's why leaders like Trump see Musk's expanding reach as a threat, because voters don't just cast votes, they use technology every single day, and that technology is increasingly made by Musk. Musk says he wants to stay out of politics, but his actions show he dreams of being the kingmaker of American politics. A few years ago, it would have seemed strange to think that a businessman with no formal political ties could bend policy discussions to his will, but that's the reality now. Musk has repeatedly shown informal support for Republican narratives, especially under the banner of free speech. He's brought back accounts on X that the old management banned for hate speech. This makes Trump uneasy because Musk owns the platform, the data, the users, and the direct access to them. If tomorrow Musk chooses to boost another candidate through his platform or policies, Trump's voter base could drift away from Truth Social. Analysts say Musk doesn't need to run for office himself to expand his political influence. His real weapon is that he can shape the narrative through his companies, AI, and digital platforms. That's why he could easily become the true kingmaker in the coming years. Not a politician himself, but the one with the power to make or break politicians. Trump fully understands now that if he wants to protect his political power, he must make Truth Social a success. He doesn't want his message to be at anyone else's mercy ever again. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon so you never miss another powerful story like this.